Okay, good morning. Well, thank you very much for that fantastic response last night. I can't tell you how much better you lot made me feel, honestly. From being really worried with YouTube to making me feel so much better, I just feel like we've got absolutely not a chance now of not making it. I know now with you lot, we're definitely going to make it. Yeah, we don't have, you lot have got me back and I feel dead really confident now. Thank you very much. Really appreciate everything that you've done. Subscribers have come through really quickly last night, and with you saying, you know, that you're going to put, you know, some playlists going and, you know, let them go while your phones are going. Honestly, I can see in a few days' time when the analytics start catching up, my times are going to start going through the roof, and it won't take long at all now. So I think in probably 4 or 5 days' time, I'm going to be coming on here and going, woohoo, you know, things are going to be going through the roof. And I'm just going to be going absolutely crazy. So then, in no time at all, it's not really the YouTube that's going to pay the money. There'll be a little bit from advertising. It's going to be a little bit of money, but there's going to be a little tiny bit from the affiliates, a little bit from the advertising, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's not going to be a lot. I don't need a lot. But if it makes a few pound here and a few pound there, you know, 100, 200 pound a month, that's going to buy me plenty of stuff to keep on, you know, plodding along and chucking all nice things at it and enjoying it, because to begin with it was all fun, and now it's got a little bit more serious, and I'm enjoying all these new toys, and the more I'm enjoying it, the more I'm wanting it. It's like it's got a bit infectious for me now, and you lot are making it exciting for me. You know, I can see you lot are interested. It's made it more interested for me. I didn't know what to expect. I was having a bit of fun at the beginning, and now I can see you lot are interested, which is really, it's done it for me big time. You know, I've lost a ton of weight. I'm feeling healthier. Everything's just going better and better. It's done so much good. It's unbelievable. You know, I hope, I doubt any of you lot getting as much good out of it as what I'm getting out of it. But, you know, I do whatever I can. If any of you want anything doing, I'll do what I can. I mean, like a subscriber today has said, we've got the hosepipe ban on. I don't actually have that where we live, but where we're staying here tonight, tonight's the last night, we're on holiday. When we get home, we've not got hosepipe ban. We're quite lucky where we live. We pay an awful lot of water rates, but they don't have many leaks because of it, so we don't have hosepipe ban. Where we are, they do. So I brought this Koch Chemie. I've never had it before. You saw me use it the other day, but I didn't do a proper rinseless with it. I just did a comparison with the Russian blue against the big red sponge. Well, I'm not going to use the big red sponge because honestly, against the Russian blue, there is no comparison. I'm not using that red sponge again. I can see it. In comparison to the Russian blue, it's going to put marks on the car where I won't need to take any chances at all with the Russian blue. I can just pick it up, put it on, just like an ordinary wash sponge, and it's not going to do any damage at all, and I just feel confident about it. Where the red sponge, I don't feel confident about it. So that's my opinion on that. So I'm not going to use the red sponge again. So anyway, I like the mixing on this, all this 250-6-1 and that. It is 250-6-1, but this is dead easy. It's like 40 to 10, so 40 millilitres to 10 litres, so it's dead easy. Well, as part of my medication, I get these lovely, do you want to come right up here? And I save these, I've got loads of these. You probably need to come right up here. This little pot here measures 5, 10, 15, 20, right up to 30 at the top there. So it's probably 40 at the top, but I just put a bit extra in. But these are brilliant, these are for measuring. You can measure accurately in 5 millilitres with those. So I've put accurately 10 mils of water in there. Oh, a fly's got in it. 2 flies have got in it.
What water you put in there?
That
10 mils.
10 litres. And while we're on holiday, I'm afraid I haven't got the I've not got my DI water. I've had to use tap water, and I don't even know if it's hard or soft or anything. I could have brought my meter with me. I've got a meter to test that and I forgot to bring it. Never thought. So I'm going to fill this right up, and it doesn't say 40, but it does say 30. So I'm going to say I'm going to say it's 30. And it's definitely more than 30, it's closer to 40. And then I'm going to give it another I'm going to give it another 10. So I know for a fact that I've got more than my money's worth in there, because I'm not bothered a bit about having extra. And then in my IK sprayer, I put a litre. Well, there was a little bit left from before still in it, so I've left that in it, and that was mixed a little bit harder as well, you know, more strength. So I put another litre of water in there. So now I'm going to should be putting another 4 mils in. As you go round this, you've got 2.5, 5, so I'm going to put 5 in it. It's a bit more than 5. A bit closer to 10, to be honest with you. But I'm seriously not bothered. You can't go counting, you know, this is like, I think it's £12.95 for a litre. It's one of the cheapest rinseless wash that you can buy. And you can't go counting the price of a rinseless wash against the price of putting a scratch on your paint. That's for certain. It's just not worth it. I'm more than happy to spend, well, when you can spend £27 on a bottle of that for like the McKees and stuff like that, and that's, you know, similar sort of stuff, it does the same job. Just going to put this in the back of the, well, put it in the footwell here. Can't put it in the Caravan because I'm not certain. I don't trust that near the animals till I've washed it properly. So this is just the water, just plain water for rinsing. This sponge, incidentally, it's not to be wrung out at all. This is the Russian blue, £8.95 from Clean Your Car. I'll put a link onto that. I'm absolutely delighted with this. It's a fantastic sponge. Love it. Just going to pop it there for a second because I'm going to Glasses away, don't need my glasses for doing this. Really pleased with this. Love this. Good mix. And then squeeze the sponge to make sure I get all of the water from the plain water out, and load the sponge with the Koch Chemie RRW. I'm starting to get good with this terminology, considering I've only been doing this rinseless wash a very short time. I'm actually starting to like it as well. You people are experts. Dave from the forum in America, he loves it. He's into this in a big way. He's always, you know, saying, "Have you tried this and that?" And he's tried lots of this. And it's nice when you can talk to people, you know, and you've tried the different ones. It's lovely. I like it. Just going to pop this in here till I've got somewhere clean to put it. Give this a bit of a pump up. Find these to be ever so good, these IKEA sprays. I've got another one of these. One that you pump up with a compressor at home, the different version, but that don't take any pumping up at all really. Oops, left it on lock. It's not very dirty at all. It's only been, ooh, look at the bonnet. You know where I put the wax on the other day? I put the wax on not yesterday, the day before. That's nice. We can have a look now at see where the different waxes have been. Look, this is going to be interesting. Oh, look where these different waxes have been. Look. That's very clear, isn't it?
Sovereign.
This one, yeah, we've got this Sovereign, the concourse wax, the Sovereign wax, and on this side we have the Autoglim high definition, yes, the Autoglim high definition wax on this one. Look how fine the beads are on the high definition wax. They're super fine, those beads are. It's a really strange wax, that is. It's ever so difficult. It's grabby when you put it on and it's grabby when you pull it off. But on the gloss meter, it's super glossy and the paint's ever so dark. You can see the darkness on the paint. It's definitely darker. And this one, this is the soft 99. And look at the beads on this. Definitely bigger beads, look. You can see where they change. That had a smaller section, and you can see where it changes from there to there. It had a much. I got the lines wrong. It changes there, look, and then there, and changes, and that's the soft 99. And then here you can see the line there, look, where it goes. And this is the Jescar Ultra Lock. This one. Yeah, this one's absolutely, this is as slick as hellfire, this one is. That's my favourite. Look at the beads on that one. They're the most uniform beads of them all. And I did keep on saying about that one. You know, that's a beautiful wax, that. But the Autoglim high definition, the beads are the same on that, look. If you look at the Autoglim high definition, the beads on the high definition are actually finer than on that, on the Sovereign. I need to find the I can't remember the. It was, I was struggling to remember its manufacturer name. It's the Pinnacle Natural Brilliance Sovereign. That's the one. And that's what you call a proper wax. That is. That's a high carnauba wax. But I love that wax. John Reynolds from Forensic Detailing gave me that as a present. So yeah, I love that wax. When people give me things as presents, I look after them very much. They mean a lot to me. So yeah. But look at that. That's gorgeous, that is. But that Autoglim High Definition, yes, it's lovely paste. There's no doubt about it. It has got great beads, but it's a horrible paste to wipe on, to wax on. It's not nice to buff off. This one's amazing to put on, and even more amazing to buff off. It's the most amazing wax of all. Never had a wax like it. This is truly amazing too. You can't fault this one at all. The Jescar Ultralock, and the longevity of this Jescar is incredible. And that's almost on par to the Soft 99. You'd struggle like crazy to get a better wax than the Jescar Ultralock. That's an incredibly good wax, that is. I think I better get on with this before this dries. Might be a good idea, eh? Here we go. Do you know when you put this on, with this sponge mitt, it's so difficult to describe how lovely it is, but it's like it floats on the surface. Literally does. I think it might have something to do with the Koch Chemie. It might be a better Rinseless than some of the others that I've got. I've got Fat Newt. I have Hero, and I've got OCN, or whatever it is, the other one. And the Hero, that's slick, that one. OCN or OPN, whichever it is, optimal no rinse. Call it optimal no rinse and then OCN or something. It's very confusing. You know what it is. You're all into that. I'm learning about it and I get very, very confused by it all. But ONR, yeah. Optimal no rinse. But then it's called something else, isn't it? They call it something else. But look at that, it's, you feel like you don't even need to swap the sponge. It doesn't go gritty at all. It's mad. Before, when I was using the ONR and the Hero, and even the Fat Newt, felt like you always needed to change the sponge. But always I was never using one of these. Never used this before, I never had this. And
Try it with the other sense.
yeah, when I get back, we're going to be using that Russian blue with those other ones. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a shootout with those. Bit of a rinse off, yeah. like you were saying to me, you know, don't keep buying things. Try some of the things I've already got, and I'm going to. I will, you know what? Well, I'll put my sprayer. Get some of this sprayed down. You can tell I'm not very good at this. If I did that, that wouldn't cost anything. And that would entertain us for a bit, wouldn't it? Doing some of those and put them against each other with that Russian blue. Only problem is I've got some other, yeah, what I'll do, I've got some other tests that I'd already lined up. Some that I think are interesting, and I've already spent the money, so it's too late. So hopefully you'll be interested in them. In fact, I might wait till it picks up, because I'm not sure. I'm thinking it might be school holidays or something, because all the figures are really right down, and I'm wondering if it's school holidays or something like that. So I might wait a week or two and see if the figures start to pick up a bit. You know, the actual numbers, not the watch hours, the people visiting, the amount of people visiting. Because at one time there was more people visiting and more subscribers. So I'm just wondering if it's down to people on a holiday or something. While we've been here, there's been a lot of people coming on holiday.
And it's only a 5-van site.
Pardon?
And it's only a 5-van site.
Yeah, it's only a 5-van site where we are. Incidentally, do these people a favour where we are. We're in Cheshire, in the north of England. If you've got yourself a caravan and you're in the caravan club and you only want a site with electricity, and you've got your own caravan and all you want, like I say, is a site with electricity and nothing else, fantastic site, nice and quiet. You can bring your animals. You're a stone's throw away from a bus stop into Chester. Got Chester Zoo, Chester Racecourse when the races are on. It's £15 a night, and the electricity is charged at cost, and the pictures are huge. If you look across that way, if you just point it across there and all the way across there, that is for 3 caravans or 3 motorhomes. And on this side where we are, the same for 3. But they only actually ever have 5. They always have 1 resting. We come here regular, we do. It's our favourite site because dogs are supposed to be on leads, but see the big field there that's all fenced off, because we're good with our dogs and they're well behaved. They let them go in the field there, and as long as, well, we always clean up no matter what, and we're allowed to let them play in there. So we come here a lot. We've been here 3 times I think already this year. But when you think how cheap £15 a night, it's not far off as cheap staying at home. Electric's the same price as staying at home. And when the eclipse was here the other night, it was absolutely amazing, because when you're in an area like this, and you've got no industry, it's a lot cleaner, the air's cleaner, so it was a nicer view. It's really nice. This is going well. This is, maybe I should be back to this a bit. Hope you don't mind me chatting about everything else. This, I don't know if you people get the Koch Chemie as well. Tell me how do you rate this as a rinseless wash? Because seriously, I think this to me is probably, I think I'm going to be doing rinseless wash more often because it's easy. It's blooming easy. When you think of all the hassle of getting everything out and how easy it is, you're done, aren't you, in no time at all with this. It's just so easy. And it is safe. I never thought it would be safe. I really didn't. I didn't think you could trust it. And the other day I did all the car with one bucket, let it stay, left it overnight, and either the next day or day after that, after I'd had a rest, I did the Caravan with what were left out of the same bucket. So, seems like a good idea, doesn't it? It's a good job you're here. You know, when you think, these people who do all this YouTubing and they do their filming themselves, I don't know how they do it. I did do, I think, 2 videos myself. Well, no, actually, I did more than 2. I did about 10. All 10 of them are in the bin, never to be seen. Because honestly, you've never ever seen such a mess in all your life. It's horrendous. There's one that was to be seen. But I put it up on the table. Such a waste, and it took me so long to do it, and I prepped it all up and really tried to do it. Because my wife, she's got all her own things to be doing as well. She's not got sitting around waiting for me all day long. This is amazing. This is, as my doctor said when I first started, because they suggested I do find something to do. Therapeutic, to try and do something. To try and lose some weight and take my mind off the pain while I'm doing it. And it was difficult because I can't take any more painkillers. And when you're doing something like this, it does take your mind off it. And it's amazing how much weight I've lost. It's been really good for me. You can see I struggle with my knees and other things, but if you saw in the very beginning, well, you didn't see me because in the very beginning I wasn't really moving around much. We had to make it that I did things that weren't moving. I had to do the things that you could do, you know, that didn't involve the moving around. But I'm sure by next year I'll be doing even more than now, I hope. I never thought that I would manage to lose the weight that I've lost, because I was worried about the amount of hanging skin. Because I've lost, I've forgotten now. I've forgotten about, don't know how much, about 12 stone, haven't I? About 12 stone, yeah. And so there's a lot of hanging skin underneath this shirt. And it's actually not as bad as what I thought it would be. So I was always thinking, if it got to be too bad, I'd stop. And I thought that point would have been probably about 2 stone ago. And now I'm starting to think I could probably do another 2 stone maybe. I don't know, and who knows? When I get there, maybe even more than that, I don't know yet. It depends, you know, on how it folds down when it gets there, and wherever it goes. If it goes out of the way, don't show up, I'm not bothered. And if it helps reduce the back pain, that'd be great. Because strange as it might seem, I'd lost 10 stone and it didn't take any back pain away at all. You know, and everybody was saying, all the doctors, oh, it will take all the back pain away, it'll do this. It didn't do anything at all. You know, it was like, well, I was really quite disappointed. I was. You know, all that effort and nothing at all happened. So I was really disappointed. And then this last summer it started, the pains relieving. Well, I think it's because of doing this, getting some movement into myself. But I'm now, they wouldn't let me do physiotherapy. They told me the spine damage was too much. Now I'm seeing a different physiotherapist, and he said that's not the case, and that I can do physiotherapy. So now I'm doing that. Made a huge difference. Just shows, doesn't it? This new physiotherapist is quite a young lad. He's been doing it, what, about 2 years, hasn't he? I saw him for something else. Yeah, about 2 years ago. And he was brilliant. And I got on with him really well. And I trusted him with everything. And then when you get that like relationship, so he said, self-refer, and I'll have a look at this as well. So we have. And sorry, yeah, need to do that. Second. But he's done even better than that for me now. The last time I saw him, he said, next time I see you, if depending on how far I've got on when he sees me this next time, if I'm at the stage he wants me to be at, He's going to send me on a 12-week course on to a gymnasium. Get me to another stage. Who knows what you're going to see me doing? You'll see me hopping and dancing and jumping on the roof by next year. Not bad, eh? I'm nearly 70. Eh? Yeah. Not bad for nearly 70, eh? And all the health things I've had. When you think of some people though, and they've had they've had literally nothing wrong with them, and they sit and moan, and they've done absolutely nothing and not worked a day in their life. And it just makes me laugh, they've wasted their whole life doing nothing. When you think everybody starts your life with the same opportunities, and I just think, what a shame, when we were at school. Yeah, when I was less than 10-year-old, me and my brother went up our house roof, a 2-storey, very tall Victorian house. The builders had come because we'd had high winds and blown slates off the roof, and we had a bit of a fight, and me and my brother we were vicious was an understatement. We had this major fight on the house roof, and I wind up being thrown off the roof, down and off it onto a concrete yard, 2 stories down, and I landed onto the yard. And on the yard, we were having house repairs done, and being under 10-year-old and very thin, there were some what's called skirting boards, some boards this 8 inches tall with nails on 6 inches, and the nail came through my leg here and out the other side here, straight through and out the other side, and the board was like this long. Yeah, my mum and dad, we had a shop. Mum and dad were in the shop working, and my brother climbed down the ladder and went and fetched them, and dad closed the shop, put me in the back of the car, take me to the hospital, and my mum said, "Don't tell them what's happened." My mum was dead frightened that they would take me off them because, negligence. So I never told them, so they never examined my back or anything, and it was really hurting. And it would appear that my back was broken, and nothing was ever done about it. So I suffered this broken back all my life and just put up with it. And my friend, we started to ride motorbikes. I was 14, and I used to ride them and literally as fast as I could on them, on this sort of ground. So go around the corners until you fall off them to see how fast you could go before you fell off to find the limits. So that when I got old enough to go on the road, I knew where I was. And never bothered me at all falling off. I'd just get straight back on, carry on. And people used to come down and watch us, and we'd have crowds of people watching us. And my friend who I was doing it with, he was a 2-time British schoolboy motocross champion. So he was on a proper decent bike, and I was on this old wreck of a motorbike that I'd literally found on the tip and built up myself because I'd always been mechanically minded. So mine was nowhere near as quick as his, but I had a lot of fun. And we used to fall off, and people would go all over us, "Oh, you're all right, you're all right." And this chap, you might look him up, it's called John Reynolds. And he wound up being a 3-time British Superbike champion. He raced in Motor Grand Prix in the 1990s. He came 10th in the World Championships. And he was the lad I played with at school on those fields. Absolutely fantastic person. He never changed a bit. I still see him now. And he used to say to people, used to laugh when we fell off and everything, and people say, "Oh, you're all right," and he used to just laugh. He used to say, "We're all right, we're tough, we are," and laugh at him. But it never bothered us. But he had some serious injuries, he did. I remember he fell off in testing in Spain, in Valencia. I think it was in 2004. And I'd heard about it on the television, so I phoned his wife up and said, "Is John all right?" You know, said it slid off. And she said, "Slid off?" He slid off all right, yeah, to 190 mile an hour. So, yeah, he slid off at 190 mile an hour and almost lost the bottom of his leg. And we wound up, we went to see him at the house, and he's racing in a championship, and he'd been and had a big carbon fibre boot made from down here down to here, and it was hobbling and hopping along, weren't he, in the kitchen. And we went to see him at the races, and they lifted him on the bike. I mean, I'm surprised they let him race. And he won both races and won the championship like that with that boot on. And he'd won the championship in the first race. And I said to him, on the in between the races, I went to see him, and I said, "Are you going to still win the second race?" And he went, "Damn right I am." He said, "What you even ask for?" And that's the sort of attitude John had. Wanted to win everything. Put the helmet on and that was it. He was away. He was like the loveliest person ever without the helmet on. You put that helmet down and that was that. Different person. Like he used to say, he'll take the paint off your fairing while he goes underneath you. And he would and all. And he wound up in his retirement some of the best Suzuki road bikes that were made, the 600s and 1000ccs Suzukis that were made from 2005 onwards, were all developed by this chap, John Reynolds. He did all the donkey work on them after he retired. Never moaned ever. You know, if anything ever went wrong, he never blamed anyone. You know, when you hear people in Formula One and they whinge and moan and something goes wrong, like I say, come off, break a leg, break a collarbone, don't matter whose fault it was. If anything broke, he never blamed anyone. He wouldn't even tell me if something had gone wrong on the bike, he wouldn't even tell me, would he? He just got on with it. Hope you've enjoyed these stories. Somebody on YouTube said they enjoyed me waffling along, chatting about these things, so I thought, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. These things just, I don't know how they come into my head. They just do. One thing leads to another, you know, like it does. I don't know how it does when I'm talking to myself. I don't know. I don't know. I know one thing. I've enjoyed doing this. This is an absolute pleasure. It is. It's cool. It's 18 degrees today, so it's nice and cool. I'm not got any heat on me at all. It's a beautiful day, and you know, this is fantastic for the glass. Just look how the glasses shine. But there is a reason for this. I'm not going to say why, but there's another video coming, and it will make it evident why the glass is so easy to be shiny like that, and the paint. There's a reason for it. So if you look out, there's another video coming soon, and it'll make it evident as to why all this has happened so easily. And if you look at the black on the plastics, look, they're not normally that black. The windows certainly don't come that clean, and nothing comes that, look here, look at the black on here. Nothing comes like, oh no. Well, there we go, that's for the wash. That's the other side. I better get another one out. Get another one out. Yeah, there's another video coming, and it will show as to why all these blacks and why the rubbers and the windows and everything is coming as nice as what it is and as easy as what it is. This isn't a cloth that I would normally use for this. This is a cloth that I used the other day. I waxed the bonnet. Another video that I've not shown you yet. And this is an amazing, high quality, beautiful, edgeless, Korean 70/30 edgeless buffing cloth, and it's gorgeous for just doing this. It's not going to hold much, but it's going to be enough for this. It was just what was left in the boot. Be very careful with this because it's just, they were brand new and they're expensive. I think these are, I don't know what they are. I'm not even going to talk about these in this video, so pretend you've not seen them. It's full of water now. It's not meant for that job, it's a wax off cloth. I Can't remember. Have I gone over this with the Russian blue?
Yeah.
Have I?
You've about finished
Yeah.
this now.
Here's another beautiful cloth. This is an edgeless. Now I've no idea what this is called, but this give you a clue. When I first started detailing again, well, it wasn't detailing again. When I started cleaning cars, God, 40 odd years ago, 50 years ago, more than 50 years ago, and it was just cleaning cars with a sponge and one bucket, and that was it. And I don't think you even cleaned it out. Probably full of grit and everything, and you cleaned every car on the street with it, you know, and people still paid you for scratching the cars to pieces. But that was it. They weren't, yeah, they weren't a car wash. In those days, they weren't car washers. I can remember a car wash coming down the road eventually, but they weren't a car wash when I was doing those. But anyway, back to this cloth. I looked up on the internet and it was in lockdown, and I was bored, and we was at Rebecca's mum and dad's because her mum was dying of cancer. So we stayed with her mum till the end, and I stayed on the yard in the caravan because there were so many people in the family. There really weren't room in the house. There was like, gosh, a couple of dozen people there. And we'd just bought a new car to actually go up in. And I was bored and thought I'll get back into cleaning cars. So I looked up on the internet and found this company called Clean Your Car. It looked great. They looked like they got everything, and I rang them up. Well, I rang a few people up, but Clean Your Car were unbelievable. They spent ages with me, talking through everything, and they didn't seem to care whether I spent money with them or not. I rang them back the next day, and then I rang them back the next day, and you know what? They didn't care. They wanted to make sure I got what I wanted, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to stay with them. And I bought, in the end, I rung up for a few bits and bobs, and I wound up buying a DA. I wound up buying a DA from them, and a Maguire's polishing kit with all the pads, all the polishing stuff, and I had it for ages. Then I clayed all the car, didn't even know what claying was, talked me through all that. Then I was getting water spots all over it, didn't know what that was. Didn't get it up to mum and dad's because that was at the top of Scotland. And when I got back home in the Midlands, gosh, we only got home by a day, didn't we? Otherwise we would have been locked in. And we'd have been locked in for, I don't know, how long would we have been locked in for? A couple of years, wouldn't it? So yeah, we'd have been stuffed, and 600 miles from home. So yeah, not good. And so I'll get there eventually. I don't know where I am even now. So yeah, and get back to these cloths. Talking about cloths and polishing, and they said, spend some money, just spend a few pounds on some decent or half decent clean microfiber cloth, and they'll repay you. And so I bought 20 cloths for £40. And these are them. These are them, look. And look at the quality of them. And I've still got every single one of them. Not one of them has gone wrong. They told me how to wash them. Every single one of them work exactly as they were. They still soak up. They still wash properly. You've seen what they do, look. Still dry properly. £2 each they cost. I don't know what they cost now. Probably double that, I don't know. But they are, I don't even know the GSM of them. I bet they're £3 a piece now. I would have thought for that quality. But they're absolutely super, those are. Beautiful quality them. But I've got some other new ones I bought now for interior cloths. Some that came in bags. Expensive ones, you know, but I mean, look at that, look how they fold up, and then the size of them. But I looked after those, and they're kept in these, show you, in these boxes. I've got boxes like this at home everywhere, haven't I? And when you look at this come with a £65 tin of wax from Waterglym. Look at that. I mean, I'm not joking, by comparison, that's a rag compared to that. That is just, it's a rag compared to that. It's nothing of the same quality. I think Waterglym should be ashamed of themselves for that much money. Well, not for that much money. I think they should be ashamed of themselves putting that in with a £65 tub of paste. I do. I think so. You look at that. That's what you call a nice. That's a nice microfiber cloth. That's a beautiful microfiber cloth. There we go. Yeah, I'll finish it. Unless you want to stay for tea. Do you like want to stay for tea with us? I've really enjoyed this. I'm not joking. I just feel so welcomed by you lot. You've really you've actually made me feel a lot more wanted than what I thought. Yeah, it's like didn't realise how much you cared. I feel a bit touched by how some of you have been, and you know how you want to help. So yeah, I feel really grateful. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what the numbers are going to be like next week. But I think there's no doubt we're going to make it now. So anyway, let's get on with it, because I bet you lot have got better things to do to hear me going on and on and on. Otherwise this one will never end, will it? So thanks ever such a lot. Got this one finished eventually, didn't we? See you on the next one. Tell me what you want doing on the next one. We'll make another one. We'll just keep on doing them. If this is a bit too much, let me know, and we'll keep on. Let's keep doing it like this. All right. Thanks very much. Thanks for all the help. Thanks for putting them on these playlists for me. That's going to help no end. And if you can like, subscribe and tell other people, even better. Yeah, the more the merrier. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. See you on the next one. Bye for now.